And welcome, everyone, to a Pac-12 chat. I'm Andy Katz. Pleased to be joined by the head coach of the Stanford Cardinal, Jerod Haase. Jerod, you guys are getting ready to host the Washington Schools, a great win at home over Cal in the Bay Area rivalry game. And you guys are off to one of the best starts in a long time. Really only just a couple of defeats. The one against Kansas at home, the nip that you almost had. It was just down to the last possession against Butler in Kansas City. And so as you head into now the heart of the Pac-12 season, where do you think this team is at this juncture?
Well, it's a fun team to coach. I think we made progress this year. Certainly the 4-2 tour to Italy during the summer was a great starting point for our team. I think everybody became much closer, and we were able to get a lot of work done. And since that time, throughout the season, I think we're progressing. Defensively, we're really coming into our own. I love what we're doing there. On the offensive end, it's still a work in progress. Sometimes we look really good. Sometimes we struggle. And when we do get shots and not turn the ball over, I think we're pretty effective. But love what we're doing. I think the exciting part is I think there's still a high ceiling for us, and we're still improving.
Yeah, 58.3 points a game in terms of what you're holding teams on average to. That usually travels. Defense travels. What's given you so much confidence that when you're away from Maples, you won't be this weekend, but you will be obviously coming up next week, that will be something that can stay consistent for the Cardinal here in the Pac-12?
Yeah, it's been pretty consistent throughout the year, and I think you just said defense travels, and it's something that you can have some kind of consistency. And we're doing a nice job really focusing on us, and we obviously do our scouting reports, and we're well versed on the other teams, but we're not changing a whole lot from game to game. Our schemes are the same, how we're playing ball screens, how we're defending the post. Defensive rebounding will be probably one of the standards that if we really rebound well on the defensive end, we're probably going to be pretty good on the defensive end overall. But we have long, rangy guys that are playing really, really hard. Dejon Davis is kind of the gold standard for us in terms of defensively. He can guard the basketball. He can really guard multiple positions. His length is really good, and he's set the standard for what's expected for our team.
Injuries have been a bit of a factor for you guys, but it hasn't derailed you, obviously. I mean, how have you been able to survive those kind of hiccups?
Yeah, this year, knock on wood, it's been pretty good. Last year we had just a ton of nagging injuries. Very rarely did we, in the Pac-12 season, did we have a full roster or even a starting five that kind of played together. This year, certainly every year you're going to have little bumps and bruises, but for the most part we've been able to put our team out there, which has been helpful. We missed Ty for a game, but Dejon Davis with his experience has really kind of been a steadying force for us. But the guys have been doing a nice job with the rehab and the weight room and conditioning so that we are hopefully putting a full team out there.
All right, so obviously you can't compare Kansas and Cal. We know that. But what you can compare is a game right before New Year's, because that game was right after Christmas, and then your first Pac-12 game. Clearly a 180, and I know the competition's not the same in terms of where Cal is at right now as compared to Kansas, but what was the difference in those days of practice from Kansas to Cal?
Well, I think we're kind of hopefully getting in a routine and a rhythm a little bit. With us, we have a full 2 weeks in early December that we're off for finals, and then you have Christmas break, and you have, we went about a month with playing 3 or 4 games, and it's hard to have a lot of continuity and consistency, especially on the offensive end. And so now that we're in a little bit more of a groove, we played the Kansas game, we played the Cal game, we have kind of consistency coming up right now. I think on the offensive end, we can get in a better flow and a better rhythm as we move forward right now, and if we can get that, I think some good times are ahead.
It's funny. I just saw Michigan State head coach Tom Izzo make a comment about, he's got 3 straight home games to start the Big Ten. He's like, oh, that's great, but I know what's coming on the back end. How do you view it where, you're starting off with 3 at home in the Pac-12, but you know what's coming further on in the schedule?
Yeah, you can look at it either way, certainly. The reality is I think it's good for our team right now to be able to try and play from a home crowd. Obviously, we've had 1 win right now and try and build on that. But if we can get any kind of success, I think we saw that early with our team this year. We had a little bit of success, and that's kind of really helped with confidence. And as our confidence has grown, our ability to handle adversity and deal with adversity has been a positive. So, yeah, we understand the road games are going to come down the line, and we'll have to be prepared for them, but we're going to do everything we can to defend our home court.
All right, so real quick, looking ahead to Washington. They gave up the 3. Obviously, Jay Kynan burned them against UCLA. Then they turn around on Sunday night and they throttle USC. That's as good as Washington has looked in a long time, maybe all season. How do you match up with the zone and certainly inside against Isaiah Stewart?
Well, it's challenging. I mean, their talent level's off the charts. They're a little bit like us in terms of being young overall, but certainly trying to figure out a way to crack that zone is going to be a crucial part of what we're doing. We've developed a game plan. I think our guys are excited about it, but you never really can give a true feel of what they're going to see until they get out there and see that length and see the athleticism. But our guys are excited about it. And, yeah, we're going to have to make plays. There are no real answers for how to defend them because they are so talented. But what we're going to do is stick to our game plan and see if we talked about the defense that we've been playing can be consistent moving forward.
All right, appreciate it, Jerod. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a great